Hard to believe, but 2015 is almost over. And if you're going to be ringing in the new year, you want to do it safely. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, more than 10,000 people had to go to the ER last year to be treated for fireworks injuries. And it's not just fireworks. Carbon monoxide poisoning and fire safety are big issues as well. Kristen Hullum is a trauma injury prevention coordinator with St. David's Round Rock and joins us this morning. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, so everyone's obviously gearing up for the week of Christmas, but a very busy time in the ER as well. We want to start with fire safety. We know there's a lot of different risk factors involved, and you really need to play it safe. So let's first talk about fire safety and why it's so important to recycle your Christmas tree.
Right, so as we approach Christmas and then as it ends, if you have a real tree, it's probably beginning to dry out by now, and that really increases the chance of fire. And every year there's home fires that cause injuries and deaths. So be sure if you have a real tree that it's very well watered, and then as Christmas ends next week, consider going ahead and taking it down and recycling it just to reduce that chance of fire.
For sure. I know the city of Austin has a Christmas tree pickup, but maybe if that window doesn't come up yet, go ahead and get it outside.
At least get it out of the house, yeah.
For sure.
And then with carbon monoxide poisoning, you know, finally we're having some cold winter nights, so people are using their heaters and their fireplaces, and that increases the chance of carbon monoxide in your home. So be sure that you are, you know, that you have those inspected, that your damper is open on the fireplace, but most importantly, get a carbon monoxide detector because it really can save lives. They're not very expensive. They're at any home improvement store.
Just as important as having a smoke alarm.
Absolutely.
In your home. Let's talk about candles, and that could go hand in hand if it's close to that Christmas tree as well.
Right. We burn a lot of candles during the holiday season, so, and then of course we have our houses decorated, you know, so just be sure that everything is far away from the candles and that you're using.
And I'm listening to this list as well because I've got the candles out, I've got the tree out, and I also have tons of things plugged into the wall. So what do we need to know about electrical cords?
Electrical fires, just be sure that you are, that you look at, you know, what type of Christmas lights that you have and how many can be strung together at one time, that there's no frayed wires, you know, or anything that can start an electrical fire.
Too many things in the outlets, making sure you've got a safe strip going on. All right, moving on from the fire safety, let's talk about falls. A lot of people showing up to the ER with broken bones, bumps and bruises.
We had a number of emergencies come in towards the beginning of the holidays, falls off of roofs and ladders, you know, hanging Christmas decorations. I expect we'll see the same as we're taking them down. So just be sure that you are, you know, using good footwear on a ladder, that it's on a safe, sturdy, even surface. Maybe you have a second person even spotting you, because even a 10 to 15 foot fall can really cause some significant injuries.
Yeah, making sure your ladder is good and sturdy, not too old as well, if you get it out of the garage. Let's turn to New Year's Eve now. Lots of celebrating happening. I don't believe we've heard anything about being under a burn ban yet, so fireworks are certainly a possibility outside of the city limits. What do people need to remember?
Right, lots of injuries and even a few deaths every year due to fireworks, and most of the time it's because people are not using them safely. So first, alcohol and fireworks, not a good combination, kind of makes you forget about the safety rules. So don't drink while you're using fireworks, and just be very aware of your environment, away from buildings, away from vehicles, away from people. Certainly do not aim them at people. Never ever shoot a firework off of your body. People have done it and have died that way. So it should be, you know, ignited out in the open, and then you back away very quickly. If you think it's a dud, be sure that you don't run over and kind of look, you know, put your face over it, because sometimes there can just be a delay in the explosion and you could be injured that way. Children must be supervised, and if they're going to be, you know, anywhere in the area, they need to be standing back and aware of the safety concerns of fireworks.
All right, Kristen, thank you so much. Good tips this morning. We're going to put all of this on our website for you as well at kxan.com.